Okay. Hi, everyone. We're back again. Hi, Luis. Hi, Damaris. Hi, Kateshi. Hi, Gabby. Hi, Wilson. Hi, Luis. Hi, Guillermo. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Juan. Hi, Milady. There she is. Okay. Now, I was in the break, I was trying to I was doing something for you because I want you to share something with me now. I'll share my screen now so you can see what I am doing. 3, 6, 6 and 6, 12. Okay, I'm doing the math. Okay, so this is what I want you to share with me before doing anything else, because we haven't done any writing practices lately, and we have to write. I know writing in English is one of the most difficult skills to develop. It's complex because as you write, you have to produce language, right? You have to use words, you have to use sentences, you need to use pronouns and verbs, and you need to write the verbs in the right tense and with the right words and punctuation, spelling, cohesion. Cohesion is that you're writing something that it has sense, right? Something that it has a structure. So writing, it might be hard to train, right? Hard to master. So but if we don't write, I mean, it's like anything, it has to be trained. You have to practice, okay? So I want you to share something with me now. What did you do last weekend? Let's go back to last weekend. Did you go somewhere? Now that we know the word somewhere, did you meet somebody, right? Did you do something interesting? Maybe you didn't do anything interesting, right? So we're using the words anything, something, nowhere. Did you go somewhere exciting, maybe? So tell me about your last weekend, okay? I added some shapes for you to type on. I didn't add your names because that's something that I want you to write on your own. So this is about your last weekend. Maybe some people have to work on the weekends. Some people have to study on the weekends, like us, right? So I am working, you are studying. So we might tell something about that, these activities, right? But the weekend is not just about working or studying, right? Sometimes people use the weekend to clean, to do the shopping, to visit someone. Sometimes you visit your family. If they don't live with you, you visit a friend. Sometimes people go out to a birthday party, or they meet some friends, they go out for dinner. So tell me about your last weekend. Oh, I know, last weekend we had elections, right? Yeah, so everybody had to go out and vote, right, in order to vote. Sometimes you have to move or travel. Maybe some of you had to travel somewhere to vote because you are not living in the place where you should vote, right? It might happen. So tell me about it. Last weekend. It could be 2 sentences. Yeah, it doesn't have to be that long. There's not too much space to type too much, right? Type at least 3 sentences. Okay, oh, not 2. Okay, let's leave it in 2. 2 sentences, okay? Because we don't have that much space. If a sentence is long, it might not be enough space to write. So that's why I was moving the shapes. These are called like bubble words, right? Okay, and we can always make it bigger so we have more space. Don't forget to add your names, please. As always, I need your names. Okay. So use one shape. If you need more than one shape, I already had 2 more slides. And here I have another slide because I knew it was not going to be enough, one slide, right? So that's why I added another slide. So in here we have another slide and I have another slide. So there's 3 slides. So there's plenty of space for you to type. Okay. If you went to the movies, which movie did you watch? If you went shopping, maybe, right? Sometimes we go shopping on the weekends if we have to buy something that might not be just food. Sometimes you have to buy something for your house. You need to buy something for your work, maybe some tools, maybe some school supplies. If you have kids, they always need you to buy some stuff for the school, right? Okay, so there's another slide in here, and this is another slide. Can you add a GIF? I always like GIFs. I think there's not too much space for a GIF here, right? No, there's not much space. Something that allows you to describe your weekend. Okay. And try to use your own words. Don't use the translator because it's easy, right? But if you use translators, you're not learning. I mean, you're not trying to do your own language production, right? To try to share your own ideas. Okay, so I'll give you some time. So you're right. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Kateshi. Okay, if you went to a party, was it a birthday party? Who did you go with? Where was it? Thank you, milady. Thank you, Damaris. Thank you, Natalia. Let me change the background. I always like to change stuff. Uh, 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 eh, eh, eh. Okay. I'm trying to find a background for the weekend. I know it was elections weekend. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. Wait, now I cannot see the, let me change this color. Okay. I made it white and I'm changing the background so we can make it nicer. Let me find another one. Maybe you went to the hair salon, maybe you went to the doctor, maybe you had a medical appointment, maybe not. Okay. Okay, good. I'm trying to make it bigger. bubble word, the shapes. We. Okay, let me see if I am missing someone who has not added anything about their last weekend. Please do it. Okay. Okay, let's read it. I want you to read and to share it with me, because then you're not gonna just leave it in here, right? Just like nothing. So we have 6 comments, 6 statements, and then 6 more, that's 12. So we might need 1 more, right? So there's another slide in here for you. Okay, there's another slide if there's someone who has not been able to type anything because of the space, there's another slide, okay? Okay, let me see who I am missing. Maybe I'm missing, maybe I'm not missing anyone. So we are 18, right? 17. So I should have 6, 12, and there's 6 more. Okay, so I'm having another slide in here, okay? For those who are still missing. Okay, good. Excellent, thank you. Okay, so what did you do last Sunday, Carla? Tell me.
Last Sunday, the election in my country were nothing exciting, really. I went with my brother to vote, and then we went to it.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, nothing very exciting, right? Because we couldn't travel, for example, because we had to stay in the city or stay wherever you had to vote, right? Good. Kateshi, tell me. Thank you, Carlita. Kateshi, where is she? Kateshi.
Last week, I
Okay.
visited my grandmother. Then I returned my house because the city is very unsafe. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Where do you live? Do you live in Guayaquil?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
En playa,
Oh,
pero,
really? Yeah.
pero igual.
Yeah, anyway, anyhow, I mean, you need to be cautious, right? And you need to stay safe. Yeah, in here, I mean, time ago, everybody used to like stay late, right? We went to parties, and Guayaquil is like a city that never sleeps. It's like New York, right? But there's a lot of businesses open until very late. It used to be like that, but nowadays people rather go to a breakfast. If they want to meet friends, they go for a breakfast, or maybe they go for lunch, but that's it. If you really want to stay safe, you are not leaving your house after 7 p.m. because it's dangerous. Yeah, it's sad, but this is how we're living right now. Thank you, Kateshi. And Guillermo, tell me, what did you do last weekend?
Last week I traveled to visit my parents. I went a party with my best friend. I had a slug pour with my friend, and we watched movies and ate cake.
Okay. Where do you travel to?
Los Ríos.
Oh, okay, okay. So you had to travel to Los Rios. Okay, to both, right? Good. Thank you, Guillermo. Thank you. Milady, what did you do? Last weekend.
Yes, miss.
Can you read it?
Okay. I went with my cousin, rode the bar, and they to the movie. Then go out on the town, see the museum in wax room high and you a lot.
Okay. Let me just make some small corrections. I went to my cousin's house, maybe to my cousin's house. Then you can use some words to like describe what happened first, and then, and later, and then finally. So you give it, if it's kind of a story, right? It has a, so what did you do first? I went to my cousin's house. Then we went to the park, right? We went to the park and then, let me see. And then we went to the movies okay, I'm sorry. We went to the movies. To the movies. And finally, instead of then again, so we can use the word finally, right? So what do you do finally? Finally, we went out. If you say we went out, it means that you are out for dinner or for lunch, maybe. But if it happened at night, it's for dinner, right? We went out. We went out to visit, instead of to see, to visit the museum. Okay, and then you make a pause. Siempre hay que hacer una pausa. And then you write the last sentence. It was fun. I enjoy it a lot. Okay, and this is how it looks a little bit better. It's not like, I don't want you to write like perfectly, but it's like some little details that make it easy to, when you are asking someone to read, it make it easy for them to understand. I went with my cousin's house. I went to my cousin's house, right? It said not I went to, I went with, I went to my cousin's house, right? Then we went to the park and then we went to the movies. Finally, we went out to visit the museum. It was fun. I enjoyed a lot. Good. Okay. Damaris, can you read yours? Damaris. Where is she? Can you read it?
Last weekend I went to the presidential election and after I went to the cinema with my family.
Okay, good. I went to the presidential elections and after, and then you might say, then I went to the cinema with my family. Then it's like after, right? It's another word for after. And then I have somebody else. Let me see. I am still missing Natalia. What did you do last weekend?
Last weekend, I went to my cousin's birthday and visit my friends.
Okay, good, good. Brief and very easy to understand, right? Last weekend, I went to my cousin's birthday and visited my friends. Okay, good. One more. What about Luis? Luisito, tell me, what did you do last weekend? Or last week?
Last week, I planned short life. I traveled to Machala for a review to the river with my girlfriend.
Which
With
river? That's interesting. Is there a river you can swim into in Machala? How do you call it? Oh, because you work in I don't know how you call it. It's like a biology shrimp lab, right? So you grow shrimps, right? Okay. Last week I planted shrimp larvae. So this is how you grow them, right? So you work in the lab, right? It's kind of a lab, but it's a huge lab, right? And then you say you travel to Machala for, I traveled to Machala for review. What do you mean review? Maybe for a medical appointment or not?
Oh, puse como para revisiones, pero le puse review.
Okay, okay. But are you talking about the you work, right? The lab test.
Sí, mija, las camarones.
Okay, okay. So we're just trying to make it okay. So I traveled to Machala for lab test. And then, okay. It's like you're telling a story. And then we went, right? Because we're talking about past tense. We went to the river. What is the name of the river? Which river? What is the name?
Un río, La Vega, sí.
Ah, La Vega. Nice. I'm typing it in like this, so people can know, right? I didn't know that they had a river. It should be a nice place. La Vega with my girlfriend. With it always has an H. Good. Thank you, Luis. Excellent. Okay, let me see. Danielita. Thank you. Danielita, tell me.
The last weekend, I didn't go anywhere. I just assist to my online English classes.
Oh, with me. I'm so happy. Well, at
Yes.
least well, well, yes, sometimes, yeah, this weekend, for example, I haven't been out that much. So I haven't done anything very interesting besides working in my English classes, but I really like it. I really enjoy it. It's not like, oh, I have to work, because for me, I think when you really enjoy doing something, it doesn't bother me, right? So I hope like somehow my English classes are not that boring when you have to stay at home. Okay. Thank you, Danielita. Let me see. There's somebody else. Let me see. Wendy, tell us. What did you do last weekend?
The last weekend, I was in English class Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
The Sunday, I went shopping with my husband at the supermarket.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Yeah.
We bought cleaning supplies and some things for the pantry.
I know. Yeah. Every week we do the same. That's like our very fun activity, right? But we always have to go to the supermarket. You have children and you have to buy always something at the supermarket. So on the weekend, it's a must. You have to go. On Sunday and on Sunday, I went shopping with my husband at the supermarket. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. I have one more. Juan Fernando, tell me, what do you do? Wow.
The last weekend, I cleaned the house and watched TV series and movies.
Good.
It's
Okay,
boring.
good. You know how the Americans say, they say boring like that. Don't worry. I mean, not every weekend is the same, right? So maybe that weekend you clean, but this weekend you don't have to clean, right? The house and watch TV and series and movies. Okay, but you stay safe, right? You didn't go out. Are you living in Guayaquil or not?
In the class, I live in Guayaquil, and the weekends I go to Babahoyo.
Ah, okay. During the week you are in the city, and then on the weekends you travel to Babahoyo. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's really convenient for you to have these classes on the weekends, right? Because during the week you have other classes, and then you have to stay here, right? That's why you stay here.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, if it's convenient, well, it's good, right? Okay, I had more slides, maybe for somebody, some other students who wanted to share, but still, they're gonna be posted in there. I think there's someone writing. Okay, but now, why I am asking these kind of questions to you? Because next topic is going to be about, what people do at the weekends and how people sometimes are not really telling the truth about their weekends. Why? I didn't know this could happen, but it says, the title of the article is an article and it's called, What Do You Really Do at the Weekend? So what does it mean? What do you really do? Next time a friend or colleague tells you about their fantastic weekend, wait a moment before you start feeling jealous. Maybe they are inventing it all. What does it mean? So what is the message behind this first statement about what do really people do at the weekend? Luis, what do you think? Kateshi? Is it always, I mean, are they always telling the truth or not? Or maybe they're just telling you they have a fantastic weekend, right? I'm glad to say that my students did tell me the truth, right? You were not lying. Why do you have to lie? I mean, who do you want to impress? Maybe sometimes people want to impress their friends and they are telling things they really didn't do, right? Because they want to, maybe they think that it makes them feel popular or fun, or maybe that they have a very exciting life, but sometimes it's not really true, right? It's not really what really happened, right? Maybe they're inventing it all. So they are making it up. Lo están inventando. It might happen. Okay, so according to this article, let's read it. Let's read it. Wilson, can you start reading? Wilson. Is Wilson here? No. Yes, no. Natalia, can you help me reading?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
A survey of 5,000 adults in the UK has shown that 1 person in 4 invents details about their weekend because they want to impress their friends. When they are asked, did you have a good weekend? They don't like to say that they just stayed at home and watched TV because it sounds boring. So they invent the details. The most common lie that people told was, I went out on Saturday night.
Okay.
When really they didn't go anywhere. Other common lies were, I had a romantic meal. I went to a party and I went away for the weekend.
Okay. Okay. So let's analyze this first section, okay? So according to a survey, what is a survey? A survey is like when you are asking people questions, right? About their weekend details, what did they do? Like what I was doing, right? I start asking you, all of you. It's not that I asked just Wilson or Natalia or Juan or Wendy. I asked all of you. So somehow I was trying to make a survey, right? So this could be kind of a survey, and I asked you, what did you do last weekend? Can you share it with me? And what were some of your answers? Some people said, I visited my grandmother, I traveled, I went to a birthday party, I visit friends, I had to vote, so I had to move somewhere else. I went to the park, I went to the movies, and this is different activities that they did last weekend, right? These are your answers. So, but it might happen that sometimes people don't want to, they want to impress their friends. Oh, wow, look at Diana. She always has something interesting to do on Saturday night. She's always going out. She's always in a party. And they even take pictures and videos, usually on Instagram, right? Have you seen people who are always like posting whatever they do? They're always sharing that with everyone, right? So people might think that that's what really happened, but sometimes it's not really true. Sometimes it's true, right? But sometimes some people might just invent, right? They invent the details. They might say, oh yes, I went out on Saturday night, when they didn't really go anywhere. I think when I think Juan was saying, well, it was kind of boring, right? But he was telling the truth. He was being honest, right? He said, well, I stayed at home. I had to clean. I just watch TV and movies, and it's fine. I mean, your life doesn't have to be exciting all the time, right? Your life is not a movie. It's just life, right? But this is what sometimes happens with people. They lie, okay? And Juan, can you keep reading? In fact, Juan, from here, look.
Yeah. In fact, in the survey, 30% of people who answered the question say that they spend the weekend spelling or resting because they were so tired so tired, and the end of the weekend.
Okay, so not everyone was lying, right? Not everyone lied. According to the survey, 30% of people who answered the question say they spend their weekend sleeping. It could happen, or just resting because you were tired. Because during the week, you work, you attend classes, and not virtual classes like these classes. You have to move, you have to take the bus, you have to travel, you might have to take a taxi, or you might have to drive to the university. So you're working, you're being a mother sometimes. I have mothers here, and I have people who are really working, right? So it's not just 100% being a student. So you might feel tired. So if you feel tired, some people said, yeah, during the weekend, I sleep because during the week, I cannot sleep too much and I feel tired. And that's the truth, right? It happened. Juan, can you keep reading? I'm sorry. Another 30%.
Another 30% say that they needed to work on or study at the weekend. Psychologist Gorian Sweet says that people often don't tell the truth about their weekend because we don't want to feel that everyone else is having a better time than us. If we have had boring weekend doing housework, paperwork, or just resting after their week at work, she also believes that that networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter may be encouraging.
Encouraging is like promoting or make us do something, encouraging us to invent.
Encouraging us to invent details about our social life. People can create an illusion of who they want to be and the life they want to live. So it's coroning and the course they want that life to seem exciting.
Okay, so according to this survey, another 30% of people say they needed to work or study at the weekend. But according to experts, and who are these experts? Psychologists, right? So what do psychologists suggest according to these answers? They said that people often don't tell the truth about the weekend because they don't want to feel that everyone else is having a better time than us. Oh, look at Lorena. Oh, Lorena's always traveling. Lorena's always having fun. Lorena's always, she seems like very happy. And sometimes you might feel your life is boring because you keep looking at other people's exciting weekends, right? So that might be the reason, according to psychologists. If we had a boring weekend or doing just housework or cleaning or studying or working, people might think that that kind of life is a boring life. And what do they think about social media? They think that social media, the book is not that new, it's not an updated version. Nowadays, people are not using Facebook that much, and Twitter doesn't even exist anymore. But according to the book, social media sites such as Facebook or Instagram may encourage, puede ser que nos haga, ¿no? It makes us invent the details. Why? Why do social media encourages people to lie? What do you think? Is it true or not? Or maybe it's not true, because that's according to psychologists, but I am not a psychologist, so I might think that it might be true or not. What do you think? Does social media makes people lie? Really? Why? Okay,
That's true.
Is it true?
I'm according to the Korean.
Do you agree or not?
I am agree.
You agree. Why? Why do you agree?
Because the social media is it's not all of the things the truth.
Not always.
All the people and just upload the fake, maybe a fake life.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, some people, but it doesn't apply to everyone, right? It's not always 100% true for everyone. Maybe there's some people who like to share right? Share
In
pictures.
another, yes, in another case, it's a words, like influencers or make share
Yeah.
branding, maybe.
Branding, because those are people who, I mean, they make a living of sharing everything that happens about their lives, right? Because this is what they do for a living. Influencers, they share everything about their everyday activities because that's how they create content or social media content, because there's something always behind just sharing your pictures. They do advertising for some brands. So this is how they grab more customers, more online followers, and this is how they become more popular, right? If they become popular, some brands might start to ask them to sign advertisement contracts. So they might use their image to advertise a product, or maybe they collaborate with other influencers and it's a business somehow, right? But that's just influencers, but we are not influencers. But well, that's according to the article, what some people might think about telling the truth about their weekends. She also believes that social media might encourage, it says might be encouraging people. She's not saying that it's completely true, right? It's not true for everyone, but it might happen, okay? So this is, I found this article very interesting about the way they think this might be true or not. It might, but it's very interesting. The topic is interesting. Now, what do we need to do with the article we just read? There's some questions, okay? And we already read the article, right? What is the best summary? If we are asked to summarize what is the message behind the article, we have three options. A, people in the UK have boring weekends. B, people who use Facebook have more exciting weekends. Or C, people sometimes don't tell the truth about their weekend. Which could be the best summary? I mean, in one idea, which of these options summarizes what the article is about? A, B, or C? What do you think? Can you type it in the chat? Is it A, people in the UK have boring weekends? Is it the best summarized idea or not? People who use social media have more exciting weekends? It might be. Or people sometimes don't tell the truth about their weekend. And there's some reasons behind, right? According to psychologists. Okay, can you type it in the chat? Juan, Wendy, Natalia, Wilson, Damaris, Mr. Nieto, Guillermo, Kateshi, Milady, Gabi, Carla, Daniela. Okay, let me know. I mean, we're just guessing, right? Okay, Damaris says C, Natalia C, Milady C. Anybody else? Carla C. Why do you think it's option C and not A or B? Natalia, what do you think? Why is it C instead of A, for example? Because there should be a reason, right? Can you explain?
Because in the
in
the article say the reasons that the people invent or lie that they do in the weekend. Like some say that they lies where they have a romantic meal or went to a party.
Yeah, because the article gives you a different perspective, right? They try to explain why it might happen that some people lie. It doesn't mean that everybody lies, right? We have to be as objective as possible, right? How are they being objective? They are saying that they made a survey. So they asked people. It's not that they believe it happened just because it's their own opinion. It's not their opinion. this is based on a survey, and according to the survey, they are describing the percentage of people who has answered. I mean, what did they say? What were their opinions about what really happened at the weekends? And there's also to reinforce or to emphasize that this might be true or not, they asked a psychologist, and the psychologist described why this might happen, what could be the reason behind, right? So yes, it's actually letter C. They are not saying that everyone in the UK have boring weekends, right? Because it was a survey. And they're not being specific just about Facebook, because they mentioned other social media. And it's like a general point of view, right? From the survey. Good, so it's actually C. Good. Now, we're gonna read the article again. They asked you to read it again, but we read it anyhow. We can read it again. And try to choose A, B, or C. Number 1, the survey has shown that 25% of people, A, have a very exciting weekends, B, lie about their weekends, or C, go out on Saturday nights. So what is it, the right answer? A, B, or C? Why B, Miley? What do you think the answer is B? Can you explain? Because this should be interesting. Why is it B? According to the survey, 25% of people. Okay, let's read again. Let's go back. What did they say? The most common lie that people told was, I went on Saturday night, when they really didn't go anywhere. So they're actually saying that people are lying, okay? So what the survey has demonstrated or has analyzed or has summarized is that people lie about their weekend. They might lie in using different situations and giving different options, but they somehow, 25%, not everyone, 25% lie about their weekend. So number 1 is actually B. It's good. So this is B and that one is C, right? Good. Number 2, 30% of people who they interview needed to go to work at the weekend. B, had a very tiring weekend, or C, didn't want to go out at the weekend.
Letter A.
Why is it A? Tell me.
Because the people needed to work or to study at the week.
Because sometimes
the text say this.
Yeah, because according to the interview, some people actually said that they work at the weekend. So sometimes you have to work. Look at me, I am working and it's the weekend, but that's your decision. If you want to do it, I mean, it's not boring. It's something that you want to do because maybe you have to work. Maybe it's not an option, and it doesn't make your life boring just because you have to work. But that's according to the survey, 30% of people the interview said they needed to work at the weekend. Excellent. Okay, number 3. Some people don't tell the truth about their weekend because A, their real weekend is boring. B, they don't want to make their friends jealous, or they forget what they have done. What do you think?
Letter A.
Why?
Because a ver, ¿cómo lo expongo? O sea, ellos, a ver si me fue, como que ellos no, o sea, no quieren que sepan los demás que su fin de semana fue aburrido. Por eso sería leer.
Because they might think that if they really tell what they really do, right? If they really tell the truth, people might think that their lives are boring. But some people don't tell the truth about their weekends because the real weekend is actually boring. It is boring, but they don't want people to know that their life might seem boring. Okay, good. Let me see those. It's actually letter A. And number 4, social networking sites might make people spend more time on the computer, try to make their lives seem more, I cannot say more exciting, or be more truthful about their lives. So what is the influence of social media on people about their lives? And how do they share their lives to other people? Do they make people spend more time on the computer? Do they try to make their lives seem more exciting, or be more truthful about their lives? And we were discussing that, right? If it's really true, if it's fair to say that social media might have a negative impact on how people, sometimes it might seem that they share too much about their lives, right? Some people like to do it, some people don't. They prefer to keep it like low profile, right? Not to share too much. Nowadays in Ecuador, it's even dangerous to say where you live, where do you work, how much do you earn, if you have a car, if you have a house. If you give too much information in Ecuador, it is actually dangerous. So nowadays people prefer not to post too much. And if you have children, sometimes people try to cover the name of the school, even if they were in a uniform, because it might be dangerous. So what do you think? Is it A, B, or C? No one? Ernesto? Milady, Natalia, Luis, Damaris, Luisito, Mr. Cabello, Guillermo, what do you think? We're just missing number 4. Milady, Wilson, Ernesto. I keep calling.
B.
Okay, why? Why is it B? Does it really mention something about the time they spend on the computer? They don't really say anything about the time on the computer. They don't give any information about that. So A is not the right option. What about C? Are they really saying that people are being honest?
It's letter B.
It's B, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
actually
think.
B, because what psychologists think from the article and from the survey is that sometimes social media try to make their lives seem more. Why? Because people can make stories, right? In Instagram. On Instagram, you can make a story, you can make you can add music, you can add images, so you can make it, you can even add filters on your face. But that is the purpose of social media, that's because they want to have more followers, right? So they try to make people's life interesting and exciting, because that's good for them as a business, right? It's actually a business. So it's letter B. Excellent.
They want that life to seem exciting.
Yes, they try to make their life seem more exciting by posting music and stories and reels. And so now we have TikTok, but back at the time when the book was written, we didn't have TikTok, but that's another social media site. Okay, and that's it. Now we can go to Moodle, and let's try to finish the activity in Moodle. I have tried to have as much time as possible reading, because when you read, there's always a lot of new words. There's always, sometimes you might have to read once and twice and as many times as you need, so you can be really able to understand. Okay, I didn't know what I do. Okay, there you go. There you go. So this is actually, this is the reading activity in section 4, and this is the quiz. So the quiz is 4B, but in here in Moodle, it's very small. The fonts are really small. That's why I added on the slides. And these are the questions, same questions. So try to do it. We already did it, so it should be easy now. Milady's done, Carlita's done, but I need the other students to access the activity, okay? Again, this is unit 4C, and this is activity 4B. This is the reading activity from unit 4C. Okay, I'm going back again, and I should have everyone trying now. Okay, Luis is there, Guillermo, Daniela, Natalia, Damaris. I'm missing Juan. Where is Juan? Luis Cabello. I think Luis Cabello is working. Yes, Luis Antonio. Mr. Nieto is gone. Mr. Nieto, are you still there?
Estoy haciendo mis.
Okay. I thought it was stuck somewhere, like in the elevator or in the car, but now he's working. Okay. Like the guy in the reading, Juan Fernando. Okay. What is Jessica? I'm missing Jessica and Ernesto. Jessica, where are you? Gabby. Oh, there she is. Gabby. I don't know if Gabby's done, but she's trying it now. Okay. Okay, vamos de nuevo. Okay, there you are. Okay, I'll give you time. It should be quick because it's done already on the slides, but I'll give you time. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's check if you are done. Okay. So most of you are actually done. So we read the article and we answered to some of the questions about this survey. And from the survey, there was some opinions from experts like psychologists about why people lie about what they really do at the weekends. Okay. So that's it. So that's the end of the reading section. There's only one activity. Yes, that was activity 4B. And there's something else. But this is about, let me see. Okay, there's a vocabulary section that we haven't still tried. I wanted you to do another Flipgrid activity, another video, but instead of the video, I switched and I'm not gonna ask you to do it as a video. So, because this activity was done in the slides when I asked you to describe your last weekend. So we're not doing this Flipgrid now, just the one that I asked you to do yesterday, okay? Because this was done in the slides, as a writing activity, okay? But there's something about the vocabulary that I want to show you now. Let me see, let's go back to the slides. Okay, back to the slides. Okay. So that was the reading, right? So this was a reading activity, and these are the questions. And now, these are adjectives, right? We know that adjectives allows you to describe different characteristics for people or objects or places or different situations. But there's these kind of adjectives ending in ed and ing, but they're not used in the same situations. We might use adjectives ending in ing to describe the characteristics of a person or things or situations. It causes a feeling. So you might say, the books are boring. When we are describing a characteristic of these books are boring. What do these books cause? They make people feel bored because you're saying that they're boring. While adjectives ending in ed, they describe a feeling or emotions. It is how we feel about something. Okay, so that's the difference. ing allows you to describe characteristics and it causes you to feel something. But ed is how we feel about something. If we say, I'm sorry, if we say he's bored, this is his feeling right now. Right now, he's bored, right? We might be bored because we're hungry, we're tired, so we might all be bored right now. And it's true, right? This feeling was caused by the books. Or now in our cases, the feeling might be caused because we're tired, right? Because it's a long journey. We started at 9 and it's almost like 12. This feeling was caused by the books. He's not going to be bored for eternity. So that feeling might be just for for some time, but then you might not be bored any longer. He feels bored now, but it's temporary, okay? So what do the book says about this? This is the practice, but before doing the practice, these are some extra practices that I want you to do with me. Okay, so let's try to do this first before trying the Moodle quiz, okay? Okay, let me share that in the chat. Now that Mr. Nieto's back, he's gonna share his screen. So Luis, access the last link in the chat and then share your screen for everybody. And then we'll do the first practice. Okay. It's in the chat. Can you do it? If you cannot, I'll share my screen, okay? And these are adjectives ending in ed or ing. We might say, oh, classes are boring, or I am feeling bored, I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling terrified, but that's my feeling. I'm not describing something else, it's my own feeling. That's the difference. Luisito, can you share your screen? Let me know. If you cannot, I will share mine, okay? I'll do the first one myself and then you can share yours. Okay. Wait. Okay, so this is the first practice. My own feeling or opinion of people about things or situations. So if I want to describe how I feel, which word should go here? And if I am describing the opinion of other people or things or situations, which word should go in this other section? So where do we start? My own feeling. I might be feeling, and you tell me, Wendy, Natalia, Carla, Wilson.
Boring.
I'm feeling, my own feeling is that I might be feeling bored, right? Right now we're bored because we're hungry. I am hungry too. And I am tired too. I'm being honest. And I'm embarrassed. Yeah, if I make a mistake, oh, they're listening.
Tired.
Tired. Yes, we are tired. Are you tired? Is it tired here? It's not. Okay, so bored,
Tired.
embarrassed, excited. Yeah, excited is like, yay, we're close to the end. We're about to finish. So we're excited. Okay.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazed. Amazed is like, wow, look at that beach. Oh, the view is amazing. So I'm feeling amazed.
Surprise.
Surprise. How do you act surprised? Wow, is it really happening? Wow. You might be surprised by the news sometimes. Annoyed. Thank you, Natalia. Annoyed. What is it annoyed? Look at my face, annoyed. Like something that it bothers you. That you don't like. Okay, surprise. What else?
Frightened.
Like this.
Frightened.
Frightened. Okay, frightening. Asustado. Very frightened. What about-
Interest.
Interest.
Interested. This is interesting. Oh, this is I'm feeling interested about, I don't know, about something I'm doing, a project that might make me feel interested.
Intertext.
Okay, good. Okay, what about opinions? So opinions will not end in ed, they will end in ing. I might think
Surprising, annoying.
that yeah,
interesting,
something is surprising or frightening. The place is frightening. Uy, este lugar da miedo. Or amazing if it's beautiful, right? Oh my God, this place is amazing. The restaurant, oh my God, amazing. Okay. Interesting. What else? The situation might be embarrassing, right? If you feel like embarrassed, it's like you're feeling like avergonzado, no? Like people are watching and maybe something happened that the situation became embarrassing, right? Exciting. What else? All the ones ending in ing, boring or annoying. And that's it. So this is
For example, en embarrassing es como decir
embarrassing,
una situación vergonzosa, ¿no?
vergonzoso.
En cambio, cuando digo embarrassed,
Ajá.
es como decir estoy avergonzado, ¿no?
Avergonzado. Ajá. How I feel embarrassed. Me siento avergonzada. Maybe I did something that made me feel embarrassed. No, me hizo sentir como avergonzada. Ajá. Now, who wants to share another screen? Not me. Okay, I have another practice. Let me see. That will be practice number 2. I'll share the link with you in the chat. Let me see. Okay, is Luis ready? So I think he might be ready. Or maybe somebody else, Milady, Guillermo, would you like to share your screen? Damaris, Wilson, maybe would you like to share the screen? Juan, maybe anybody else? So I want you to do it. I want you to try it. And we're gonna be helping you, obviously. It's not gonna be yourself alone, embarrassed. No, don't feel embarrassed or annoyed. No, anybody? Mr. Nieto? No, Guillermo, Luisito. Can you share your screen? Natalia, maybe, Juan, Wilson. Okay. Gabby, thank you, Gabby. She's always helping. I'll keep it in mind. Okay, let's go. So what is it, that one? Exciting, terrified, surprised, frightening, excited, bored, worrying, embarrassed, embarrassing, or worried. Ayudémosle. Can you type it in the chat? Which one? But you can add excited. She's feeling excited. But it's excited. Not exciting. Yeah, don't worry. This is just a practice. Not graded.
Excited.
But is it excited or exciting? Because it's a situation.
Frightening.
Might be, but this is not frightening. There's another one for frightening, and you will see why. Exciting. Exciting. It's like, wow, when you're going like flying in the sky. Yeah. For kids, it's exciting. For us, it might be frightening. If your phone has a low battery, how do you feel? How would you feel?
Bored.
Bored? That's another word for that. And you always need your phone, right? So we always use a phone for, to send messages or call someone. And then you realize, oh my God, it has a low battery. It's about to die. How do you feel? Se va a apagar, ya. Se apaga.
Ahí sí sería frightening, ¿no?
Right. It might be
worrying me.
but it's worried. How do you feel? You feel it's a worrying situation, right? It's very worrying. Yeah. That one. No, that one. No. Okay, that one. It's very worrying. Yeah, it worries you. Yeah. Preocupante. What about the cat? How does it feel? How does it feel? Bored, surprised, frightening, excited, terrified, embarrassing, or worried?
Terrified.
Look at the poor cat's face. I think he's
Terrified.
terrified. Maybe he saw the dog, and then he thinks the dog is going to eat him alive. Hello, he looks terrified. Okay, good. If you are doing this in front of
Worried.
and then it might be
Worried.
it might be bored, it might be embarrassing too, right? What if he didn't realize people were watching him and then he was like this in the middle of the meeting?
Oh, embarrassing.
Could be. Okay, let's try one of those. It might be both, right? But let's see what the game says. Like embarrassing, because they were watching him and he didn't realize. What is it? This one? That's easy.
He's worried.
He looks like my students, right? Bored. Because they're hungry. I know, I understand. What about this one? Is it surprised, excited, worried, or frightening? Ahora que se acerca Halloween, it looks like a costume. If it's a costume, fine. But what if it's not a costume? It's very frightening. Look at her face. Oh, she's horrible. Okay. Okay, good. No, frightening. Okay, but don't worry. Okay, one more. What about this one?
Worried.
Worried, yeah. That one was easy. Okay. Okay, one more. What about this kid? He feels, but he looks happy, right? It might be surprised. Yeah, I think he's surprised, like, Christmas presents. Okay. And this one was done, right? I don't think we needed excited. Yeah, she's like that. Very happy. And okay, that one was wrong, but that was right. Okay, good. See? So pictures are really helpful, right? Pictures help. That's why I wanted to use this before trying the quiz. And there's another one more. The more we practice, the better we'll be at this kind of, identifying, right? When is it ing or when is it ed? Okay, I'll share my screen. Okay, let me see. I'll share the screen and you help me, okay? Okay, there we go. Okay, so these are some statements and we have to think of which could be the right word. The teacher wasn't with my homework. He said I wrote too little. So how the teacher felt? Interested, amazing, amazed, satisfying, embarrassing, surprised, disgusted es como, uy, asqueado, disgusted. O disgusting es algo que como que da asco. Ugh, asqueroso, disgusting. Amused, amused is like entertained, complacido, like somehow, amused. Satisfied, satisfecho. Confused, confuso, confundido. But what about the first one? The teacher wasn't with my homework. He said I wrote too little. If I ask you to write something and then you just write one sentence, how would I feel? What do you think? Surprised, amused, confused, satisfied, interested, disgusted, embarrassed. Okay, which one? Which would be this one? Number two, let's keep trying the others so we can, if we have like one left, it might be this one. I'm not in maths, so why do I have to study?
Satisfied.
It could be satisfied, yes. Okay. I'm not in maths, so why do I have to study? That's a statement that always I listen this from my students. My other students, they say, why do we have to study math? It's not helpful. I don't like it. I'm not even interested.
Interested.
Yeah, I don't like it. Wait. Okay. It's very, when you study hard and you pass the exam. So you really study, but then if you pass, how do you feel? You feel
Satisfying.
Confused.
it could be, it's very,
Confusing.
which one? Interesting, disgusting, surprising. Let me see the chat.
Satisfying, no.
It's very surprising. Surprising when you study hard and you pass the exam. No, not really. It could be satisfying. Yes, satisfying. Es como muy satisfactorio, ¿no? I mean, the feeling is something that it's satisfying. If you study, but then you did it, you pass. Yeah, it's satisfying. It's to forget someone's name. It happens to me all the time. Not with you because you're only 18, 17, but if I have a class with like 35 students, I might forget their names. I confuse their names. Instead of calling Carla, I might say Darla. Instead of saying Wilson, I call him Wilmer and things like that. It always happens to me. And I feel, yes, it's embarrassing. It's not how I feel, but it's how the situation might be described. It's embarrassing. Because I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Carla, it was Carla, no Darla. And then they look at me like this. So I feel embarrassed, but it's embarrassing. What? I still don't understand. I'm really, how do you feel if you don't understand something? You might feel embarrassed, amazed, surprised, amused, confused, disgusted. What do you think? Let me see the chat. Confused. Excellent. Confused. Okay. This isn't, it's very clear. So if you understand, if it's clear, it's not something surprised, surprising, amusing, disgusting, confusing, amazing, disgusted. What do you think? Gaby, Luis, Damaris, Mr. Wilson, que hoy no lo he escuchado, Mr. Cabello, Natalia, what do you think?
Confusing.
This isn't confusing because for me now it's all very clear, so it's not confusing anymore. Wow, that magic trick was
Amazing.
amazing. Yes, it could be amazing, of course. Yes. Ooh, yuck. This fish and strawberry pizza. Some kids might think that it's surprising, amusing, interesting, disgusting. What do you think?
Disgusting.
Disgusting. Especially kids, right? Because ellos son siempre muy mañosos. And they say, oh, yucky, like that. I was to fail my exam, but I expected it to be easy. So so you might think, oh, this is easy, but then it's not really that easy. Exams might be hard. So you might feel to fail.
Surprised.
Might be surprised. Okay, let's try. I was surprised to fail my exam. I expected it to be easy. This lesson always makes me smile. Our teacher is so
Miss.
So?
What does the word amusing and amuse mean? Can you repeat?
Which one? Amazed and amused. Amazed, amused is like to feel entertained. I'm feeling amused by the feeling, or I might be feeling amused by the music. Me siento como, it's like feeling como entretenido, como agradado, como somehow. It's a good feeling. It's not a negative content. I mean, it's not a negative feeling. It's something positive. Somehow.
There is amused.
It's so this lesson always makes me smile. Our teacher is so amusing. Como que lo hace agradable o lo hace agradable. Lo hace sentirse agradable somehow. I was when my girlfriend heard me singing in the toilet. So he was singing, but he didn't know that his girlfriend was outside listening to him. So he might felt embarrassed, right? A vez le dio vergüenza, like he was in the toilet. It is that there are no Turkish, what? Let me see, I cannot read. It is that there are no Turkish students in our class. Has there a lot of Turkish people living in the area? So might be amazed, como que sorprendido. Amazed es como feeling like surprised. Might be amazed. Es como sorprendido de alguna manera. Amazed or surprised. But amazed, surprised es como mucho más como, pero amazed es como que se sintió sorprendido. Le llamó la atención somehow. I really like this topic. It's really, what do you think? Interesting. Interesting. I was when I saw the maggot in my sandwich. A maggot es como un gusanito. No sé si les ha pasado. You might find, if you find a maggot es como un gusano de esos que salen en las frutas, de esos gusanitos que si la comida está dañada, pues ahí crecen o se pone un huevito y de ahí se hace un gusano. Imagínense que usted, you buy the sandwich and then you find a maggot in your sandwich, so you might feel disgusted, ¿no? Asqueado. Yes. The students were smiling, but the teacher was definitely not. Sometimes it happened. Amused. No me llama, no me entretuvo para nada. No me agrada. No me simpatiza. The nursery staff were. Aquí hay una que está mal. Because in here it should be surprised. The nursery staff, oh, it could be amazed too. And not surprising because we're talking about the nursery staff. So let's place it in here. There should be one that it's not really right. But when we click on send responses, then we could have the one that is not. Okay, so amazed, it was in here. And then let me see the right answer. So we might have one wrong answer. What was wrong? It is surprising that there are not Turkish students. Yeah, because it could be amazed or surprised. Yeah. And the nursery staff were amazed when the baby started speaking at only 6 months old. So amazed and surprised es parecido, bastante parecido. Okay, but we grab the main idea and now we can move to the practice in Moodle. Let me see. So we can finish this one. Let me see how it looks like in Moodle. Just give me a moment. Let me see. I think I only gave you one attempt and I should give you another one. So don't try it yet. I need to give you 2 attempts on that one. Okay. And that will be, I'll share my screen now. Okay. There you go. It's this one. But in my slides, I think I added, okay, no, let's go to my slides. I'm sorry. Let's go to
6B, teacher.
Yeah, it's this one. This one. But I wanted to practice before with the Wordwall links. And now, but this is the one. I tried to add some pictures so we can try to make it easier to identify, but there are 10 different statements. Do you think Sundays are usually bored or boring? So you have to choose only one. They give you 2 options. Are you bored or boring with your job or studies? How do you feel? Number 3, what kind of weather makes you feel depressed or depressing? Number 4, why do you think the news is often depressed or depressing? If we're describing the news, which one would be the right option? Number 5, what activity do you find most relaxed or relaxing? So there's 2 options. Number 6, do you usually feel relaxed or relaxing at the end of the weekend? Why not? What is the most interesting book you've read recently? Number 8, what sports are you interested in? Number 9, are you excited or exciting about your next holiday? And number 10, what's the most excited or exciting sports match you have ever watched? And these are the ones. So what do you think? We can always use, I don't know if we could circle. Let me see, we can add shapes. Let me see, we can circle the right options. We might, let me try.
Number 1 is, yes.
Yeah, boring, right? Instead of circling, we might add a text box like this. What about this? Like this, right? Can you do it like this? Adding a text box on the right option. I think it's easier, right? Like this. Instead of circling the word, just add a text box. Because if you add a circle, I don't know if the words can be seen. I think they cannot be seen.
Number 2, bored. Are you bored?
What kind of weather makes you feel depressed or depressing? If you are describing your own feeling, how it makes you feel. Is it depressed? Oh no, I'm sorry, number 2.
Number 2, bored.
Bored. Are you bored with your job or studies? And then we can do it like this. like this. Aha. Oh, no, that's too, that was too much, like this, board. And it will look like this. Ujú. Al cuadrito se lo hace como más negrito, como para que se vea bien, ¿no? No, it's on lines. I mean, you can make it like that. What kind of weather makes you feel depressed or depressing? Guillermo, what do you think? Is it depressed or depressing? Mhm. Natalia, thank you. Depressed, right? Because it's how makes you feel. Okay, it makes you feel depressed. What kind of weather? Sometimes when it rains, right? When it's rainy and cloudy, sometimes we feel like we might feel like depressed, right? Because it's because of the how the weather makes you feel like this. You can, yes, good, Kateshi. How do you do it? How do you make the circle? I think there's an option, right? When you add the circle, it says rotate, center of the page. What is the option? Kateshi, can you teach me? There's an option that says order, bring to front, bring forward. I think it's bring forward, right? Como llevarlo hacia atrás, como para que se vean las letras. O send.
Ya.
¿Cuál es la opción en español? I don't know if it's bring forward, send
Quitar
backward.
fondo.
Sí, Natalia, yo nomás le copié y le pegué ahí.
Solo tiene que quitarle el
Natalia.
fondo o el color del
Solo
y ahí
tiene que
sale.
poner, o sea, pone el
ok.
círculo y hay una opción de dice relleno,
Ajá, ajá.
cambia el color y le pones en transparente y ya.
Ok. It's good to know. Chévere. Okay. Why do you think the news is often depressing? Why do you think they are depressed? Because there's always bad news. Because they're bad news. That's why. That's why it might make people feel depressed. And it's normal, right? Creo que a todos nos pasa. It makes me feel depressed, of course. Because we don't want to listen to that kind of news. If it's good news, of course you're gonna feel good, right? But there are bad news. Okay, good. I like the colors. Thank you, Luis.
Yo no puedo ir a esa parte del relleno, no entiendo.
Yeah, no, I was trying, but I didn't know what was the option. What activity do you find most? Okay, let me try to do it. You go to shapes, van a formas, and then you add the shape, and there's a right click, right? Es un clic derecho. A mí no me sale como rellenar, a mí me sale order, rotate, center, change shape, pero no me sale como que esa opción así, no sé cuál es.
Arriba de donde está el cuadrito de texto, al ladito está como una plumita y al lado está como un cuadrito diagonal.
A ver,
Al otro lado, al otro lado.
aquí. Acá.
No, al otro lado.
Caramba, no. Espérame. Let me try again. Wait.
Porque yo quiero señalar number 7 y no puedo.
So this is the text box, right? Yeah. But it's not a text box, it's not a shape. Que es en formas, no. It's not shapes.
En formas no me sale.
Hay que colocar la forma. Ahí sale la opción.
En lines, donde dice línea. Arrow, elbow, curve, polyline. ¿Qué? En polyline. ¿Será? A ver. No, polyline me sale otra cosa. Espérame. Next to the text box está el puntero. Next is insert image, shapes. There is a polylines and no veo otra más. No veo la otra opción. Vaya. Ahí. I thought that you made the circle and then you click on bring to front or send backward and then you can see it. Let me see. Let me try again. Oh, Gabby. Okay, let me see. We are about to finish. Espérame. Wait. Let me go to the attendance to check. Gabby. Don't worry, Gabby. I got it. Okay, Gabby. Only Juliana was not here and Jocelyn. And Wilson is here. Ok, solamente me faltaron dos. Juliana and Jocelyn, right? El resto todo el mundo tiene su asistencia. No hay problema. And we're getting close to the very end. I think I wanted you to practice on the slides, but now let's go to Moodle just to finish the last quiz. I think that's going to be the last quiz. From unit 4C, I believe, right? Let me see. I'll show you now. So we're here. This is 4C, right? And we're about to finish 4C. And we are here, vocabulary, adjectives, ending on ED and ING. So this is the same quiz. I'll show you how it looks like. And this is the quiz. So you click on the right one. If it's boring or bored. If it's, are you bored, right? What kind of weather makes you feel depressed? So you only have to click on the right adjective if it ends in ing or ed. What do you think? The news is often depressing because we're describing the news, not your feelings, but how news might be. What activity do you find most relaxing? We're describing the activity, not the way it makes you feel. And that's the difference, right? Now let's go to results and you do it on your own. Okay. Carla is finished. Luis Fernandez done. Kateshi is done. Daniela is done. Milady is done. Juan Guillermo is doing it now. Wendy and Natalia. Okay. What is Ernesto? Missing Ernesto. Yeah, I think, oh, Jessica had an issue with electricity. I think, yes, she told me. Okay, let me see. Okay. Natalia, Luis Antonio, and Damaris. Okay. So I'll give you 2 more minutes to finish, and then we can leave. Okay, there you go. Okay. Oh, Ernesto. Okay. He's not having. He's having issues with the electricity. Okay. Okay. I'm telling him that. Okay. Yeah, they're having issues with electricity. Okay. Don't worry, don't worry. It might happen. I think nowadays there's gonna be some issues with electricity in some of the cities, and that has been announced in the news too. Yeah, because of the weather. The weather has affected electricity. There's an electricity shortage, so there's not enough energy, there's not enough water and pressure from the rivers, from the water to produce the amount of energy that we need. So it might, yeah, I know it might happen. Okay, So that was it. That was the end of Unit 4C. We still have to do the video, right? There's one video. Let me just do the last friendly reminder about the video. Do not forget, please, to do the video. Have you ever been in these situations? I want you to answer to 2 or 3 of these questions. Have you ever had an argument with a shop assistant? Have you ever forgot to pay for an article? Have you ever came into the line to the checkout and you didn't have money to pay? Did it ever happen to you sometime? Has it ever happened to you? Have you been able to sell or to buy something maybe from a site? What do you buy? Maybe you bought shoes and they didn't fit. Have you accidentally taken something without paying? Have you ever found that you didn't have money? I want you to describe at least 2 or 3 of these situations, okay? Don't forget to do it. That's the last thing I want you to do. And don't forget to work on Alticia. I still have students with very, very small progress advance on the platform. Tienen un porcentaje de progreso muy bajo. So that will affect your grade at the end of the course. Okay? And I don't want it to happen to you. So that's why I'm reminding you every class, work on all the platform, do the activities, do the practice. Don't forget, because it is really important for you, okay? So I have some students who already finished. They completed all the lessons, so excellent, but there's some students who still have to work. Okay, let's have our last, yes, only the one about the questions, not the one from the last weekend, because we did it, we did that activity as a written on the slides. Remember that's the slides? We already did it in here. If some of you did not do the activity on the slides, you have to do it, these ones, okay? So I have the one from Carla, Kateshi, Guillermo, Milady, Damaris, Natalia, Luis, Cabello, Daniela, Wendy, Luis, but there's some people who are not posted anything in here. So you have to do it, okay? Okay, thank you. And our last picture, nos vamos